Get back to another CJ Dachamp video. Today we have something special, dog. Something special. Roberta the Terminator. I finished Black Lagoon over there on the Patreon. Unfortunately, it didn't do that well over here on YouTube, so I just made it a Patreon exclusive. So you want to watch my reaction to the entire Black Lagoon series? Absolutely loved it, by the way. Check out the Patreon link in the description. In that last 5 episodes, absolutely insane. Roberta's my favorite goddamn character from the series. She is the S tier Black Air Force. I ain't gonna lie, he might have to throw in a Black Air Force on. He has to. Yeah, she's literally bred for this. She's bred for it. Like she's on this planet for it. Dead ass. Like, you know, so I'm excited, man. The original video will be at the top of the description. Let's get into it.
So homeboy pull up again and he's like, I know
Her first
exactly
showing.
who you are now. You're the Bloodhound of Florencia. And it's my lucky day because the cartel got a $4 million bounty on your head right now. But she just looks at him and says, sorry.
Bullets don't affect her, bro.
Gentlemen, please take these.
Honestly, bro, it is absolutely crazy how ridiculous of a jump she goes from her first showing in like the first season or whatever that was compared to like the OVA, or I don't know what you want to call it. I'm gonna call it the second season because that's what it got it listed on the Crunchyroll. It's a jump, a huge jump. Completely, I didn't know she was moving like this.
Oh!
Like entire armies is crazy. She might have been rusty. She had to, you know, she had to be a little rusty. She had to shake the rust off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to return to the streets of
The Raniper.
Pirates,
Disgusting place.
Probably every goddamn mafia you
Smells
could
like
probably think
asshole
of.
around
This
here.
is none other than the Black Air Force crockpot. So as expected, there is a new challenger approaching to the round table of Black Air Force.
Oh, yeah,
activity.
okay, she is here. She is here. Not nice. Needs to be.
None other than a maid.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, this absolute f***ing demon. This
Yeah.
literal
One arm. Yeah, he's literally showing the best scenes. He's showing the best scenes immediately. Biting the blade in half and then walking away, by the way. She didn't even kill them.
To society, the Bloodhound of Florencia, Roberta. The definition of do not judge a book by its cover. Because this
Like,
is
dog.
not a maid, this is a Terminator. I would not be surprised if somebody said this is a T-something model. I already know we got the evidence on deck. And it is finally time to observe the maid from hell. So without further ado.
First evidence.
Exhibit
I mean, yeah,
A.
first exhibit. Walking up in that
All
damn,
right, ladies and gentlemen. I now
that damn
present
bar.
Exhibit A, the prelude to madness. So the Lagoon Company ended up taking this job from the Colombian Mafia. And with this job, they have to transfer this boy named Garcia. Now, you see, Garcia isn't an ordinary kid.
Nah, Garcia done grown up too, man. And that John, he was moving kind of different for real.
Legit right here is the son to one of the 13 great families of South America. So Reggie keeps on harassing him. So then he says, oh, you must think this real funny, huh? Just wait till my maid come. So she started laughing her ass off. She like,
The damn flight laugh, bro.
gonna do wash the dishes and stuff. But then he says, well, you see, she's not that good at cleaning or cooking. And when we used to
But she's
arm
fucking
wrestle all the
masterful
time,
at
I
killing.
always used to beat her. But one time when we was arm wrestling, the mafia pulled up and her arm wouldn't even move. Oh my God, that bicep!
Bicep was
Roberta
crazy.
ends up pulling up to Roaniper to find Garcia. So when she gets there, she goes around and starts asking people, hello, do you know where you could point me to my fellow countrymen? I would like to have a word with them. And these niggas like, you want to know where the Colombian mafia is at? You got to be out of your damn mind. But she's like, I just want to have a word, that's all. So while this is happening, we cut to Balalaika. So homie right here like, Comrade Balalaika, you should take a look
Comrade
at this."
Balalaika,
So we get to
Comrade
this picture,
Balalaika.
and she's like, hold
Balalaika, one of them ones, by the way, bro. Top 2.
on, wait a
Yeah.
damn minute. Comrade, this ain't no damn maid. Look at them eyes. Oh, she got that dog in her.
She got
so
that
now
shit.
we cut to the bar. So Roberta is sitting here waiting for the mafia. So when they pull up, they like, hey, bitch, heard you was snooping
Bro, dude,
around
what's
the
up?
You want a bullet, nigga? So she ends up breaking her glass. But then she gets up and she's like, yes, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Roberta of the Lovelace family. Now please, tell me where my master is. I
What
would
them
not
what
like this to get
little
right.
Lovelace at?
They start laughing their ass off. They like, go what? What you gonna do? Throw a dish? So then she starts
Throw a
lifting
dish is
up her
crazy.
umbrella. So then she says, well, looks like I'm just gonna have to air this bitch out then.
You what?
I forgot that joint was a shotgun, bruh. Smoking shit.
Oh my god.
So they like, hey, good show that bitch. So they start blasting and she enters the Matrix. So after they stop firing, she's like, y'all got stormtrooper aim. Allow me to show
Actual
you my new
stormtrooper aim, by the way.
installed. So she started going crazy.
Boom!
Everybody get
Boom!
pause. So as she continues to air the entire bar out, the goon company taking cover under this table and Dutch like, damn, why do we always get stuck with this
Why
stupid
are
ass
we
guy?
here, bro? God damn.
So then Revy starts crawling over, and then the bartender sees her and look at him. He's like,
It's like, it's your fault.
Who brought all these niggas up in my damn bar? Bitch, I hope you have insurance. So then everything just goes quiet. So homeboy back there like, hey, the Lagoon Company, hey, the is my package at? Dutch is like, nah, OG, the deal's off.
Yeah, gee, this shit's over.
With that maid over there. So Roberta sees Garcia. She's like, Master Garcia, come now, my boy. It is time to go home.
Minnie Mae should get a junior seat. Nah, bruh. Minnie Mae wasn't moving like this, though. She, you know what I'm saying? Minnie Mae, remember, Minnie Mae don't like slaughtering. She don't like killing. You feel me? Nah, Minnie Mae, nah, bruh. We need motherfuckers that catch bodies around here for real.
Eliminated. So then Revy grabs him. She's like, stop, bitch. So Roberta's like, you dare threaten the young master. So homeboy right here try to sneak her, but then she hits him with the reverse no-scope. Oh my.
The fact that Buddy was running up on her with a gun is ridiculous.
So homeboy right here try to sneak her, but then
like, bro, did you forget you have a ranged weapon?
she hits him with the reverse no-scope. Oh my God. Oh, that's nasty. She is like that. So then she's like, very well then. So you have chosen death. Time to put your ass 6 feet under, bitch.
Bruh,
Lighten it up with
the fucking briefcase is crazy with a rocket launcher.
Oh my God.
Noob too.
GG, she is out cold. She just really packed up Revy in the amount of 10 seconds. So then they trying to dip, and even Garcia, he's like, please, God, take me with you.
Damn. You know what's crazy? Now that you mentioned the twins, I actually forgot they existed in this series for a reason, for a very good reason. Why did you have to bring them up? I forgot for a reason. My brain literally like canceled that part of the show out.
Roberta just drops a briefcase. She's like, absurd. Master Garcia is scared of me. So homeboy pull up again and he's like, I know exactly who you are now. You're the Bloodhound of Florencia. And it's my lucky day because the cartel got a $4 million bounty on your head right now. But she just looks at him and says, sorry, but I must leave you, gentlemen. Please take these as a parting gift.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Like, how did she even get out of that? Literally, how did she get out of that? That was my question until I watched like season 2, those last 5 episodes.
Didn't even stand a chance, man. So Lagoon Company dipping, they gone. Great heavens.
She's just her, bro. She's literally just a demon.
She is
A fucking demon risen from the blazes of hell.
Right now. And she breaks this window with no effort. This is the Terminator. So about 5 minutes later, while they driving, she done already caught up. And she whipping that whole guy. So Dutch pulls out the gun and starts trying to shoot her. But she drives up, grabs this by the arm.
Dutch, she's supposed to be strong, bruh. That's like 250, bruh.
And everything, but she just eating that. She's not even flinching. But her car finally breaks down, so they finally get a chance to escape. But this did not last long at all. Because about a minute later, she is whipping
on the fucking roof. On the roof, bruh. She's actually fucking crazy.
Into this building, but she breaks out of the car. You surviving car crashes like that? You in the wrong series. You need to take your ass to Fast and Furious with your little Vin Diesel ass. This run.
The form.
Oh my God.
The form, bruh.
That CW Flash ass run. So she whips these things out and jumps onto the car.
Oh, that blade is crazy.
Shoot this bitch. So he starts blasting, but she whips on top of the car, pulls out the dualies, and starts going crazy on the roof. So they end up going over to this shipping yard, and she gets cracked by this car. So they end up crashing, and it looks like she's finally out. So they look over again, and she is gone. And she is back ready for more smoke. So Revy finally wakes up, and she's like, damn, that bitch really pulled the noob tube on my ass. I should return the favor. So they start standing off for their final fight.
It's now that I also, since I finished the series, yo, this shit isn't equal. It's not equal. It's not equal at all. You know, no. Revy gets destroyed by fully enraged Roberta, bro. Yo, Revy is getting
So Revy
murdered.
says, "Make a move, bitch." Then Roberta says, "Shut the up, you nasty bitch. I can smell your dirty ass all the way from here, you stink
Revy-
booty hoe."
Revy
they
do
start
be
blasting,
funky.
And this goes on for like God knows how long. It was dark when they started, and it's almost morning. Like, how much ammo do y'all have? So later on, she ended up putting a bullet in Revy's shoulder. And look at her, she like, "I swear to God, I'm gonna put a bullet in your little googly-eyed ass." So they come out shooting and start running at each other, so they end up hitting each other. So they both down and they about to shoot, but Balalaika ends up stopping them. She's
Big dog by the like or just straight aura, just flat, you know what I'm saying, fluctuates, and everybody just like, oh shit, we gotta put the guns down.
Brought the whole Russian mafia with her. So she walks up and says, "You know, I gotta thank you, Miss Maid. I was going to deal with the cartel today, but guess you done already did that." So she shoots the guns out of both of their hands and grabs one.
Crazy.
And she says, "All right, Miss Bloodhound, you could go home now." So Garcia's like, "Bloodhound? What do you mean by that?" And she says, "Oh, you didn't know?" So she tries to stop, but she's like, shut the up, put the cap in your ass.
Yeah, bro, you dealing with a different demon.
This so-called
Like 1v1, Berta not losing to anybody. That's Big Berta. She not losing to nobody though. But like Balalaika, she never alone, nigga. She did Balalaika never moving dolo, bro. Balalaika, you know what I'm saying? She got the plays. You know what I'm saying? She got the big plays. She moved different.
Of Florencia. She is a
Yo, Savage, appreciate the 36
human
months.
super
Much
soldier,
love.
And she is wanted in every single country in the world. So Garcia's like, "Hold on, is this true?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's all true. I've killed hundreds, probably thousands, loosed up, and so many unthinkable things. I'm an international menace to society." So she's like, "My bad, young master. I did not mean to deceive you, but it was for your own safety." But Revy's like, "Nah, that sob story shit. What am I gonna do with this bullet in my arm?" So they like, "Oh, you right. So y'all could settle it with some bare knuckle boxing."
Yeah,
So
this
they
part
about
was
to
lit.
scrap. So before
This
they
part was
start,
lit.
Roberta says, "Hey, your shoes untied."
Yeah, they do that shit.
Send her ass to the stratosphere. So they start going crazy. They boxing. And they over here taking bets like, "I got a full house on Revy. I'm going all in on Roberta, nigga." So they ended up boxing for like an hour, then they just knocked each other out. So after this,
Love
they
that.
leave, and she vows to never off anybody ever again. And that promise didn't go so well, because what we just saw was mild compared to what we are about to witness. So
Actually, though, it's so crazy. It really was mild,
that
though.
was Exhibit A, and it is finally time to move on to Exhibit B. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Exhibit B, Vengeance and Rip and Tear. So about a year later, word on the street is that Roberta is back, because somebody saw somebody in a maid outfit. So while Rock and Revy are at the bar, this maid comes up, but it's not Roberta, it's this girl named Fabiola. So she walks up
Little
to
mini
her and says,
maid.
"Master Garcia needs your help." But then homie behind her picks her up and he's like, "All right, listen, little lady, where's the actual real?"
Oh, I remember what Minnie May did here. Oh, I don't like to remember, though, bruh. Whole balls and asshole, bruh, just straight leaking.
Maid at? She ends up stabbing this nigga in the
Jesus. Literally.
God, sweet heavens. So she takes everybody over to Garcia. So then he says, "All right, listen up, everybody. I need your help. You see, my maid has gone off the walls again." So what had happened was,
You need to get your maid under
Garcia's
control,
dad,
man.
Mr. Lovelace ended up getting assassinated by some Americans. So obviously, this didn't sit well with Roberta, because that was basically her father figure. Because Mr. Lovelace ended up taking in Roberta after she was on the run. That's why she poses as a maid. So this ended up waking up her inner demon again. And now she is slowly losing her sanity. So they showed them these pictures, and there were 6 people that helped conspire.
Unfortunately, it was Americans.
So we cut over to one of the dudes, and Roberta is back behind him, stalking him. So he runs away and tries to call.
Yeah, this
the
shit was
people on
cold.
the
That shit
phone,
was so
but Roberta
cold.
answers the
That
phone.
shit was so
She's like,
cold.
my, I've been looking for you, buddy. And don't try to call your other friends, because I've already paid them a visit too. And about a day later, Homie's
Now,
body
she
was found
loved that
dead,
shit.
disfigured in a canal.
She
Her
loved
next
it
target was
every
homeboy
second.
right here. So she got him chained up on this thing, and he like, do you know who I am? And she like, yes, I know exactly who you are, Mr. American. Now you best start talking before your ass start cooking.
Start cooking.
Guzzling down. Look, she chomping them hoes like
Yeah,
this,
she
man.
literally
And she
was
like,
just
"Come
chewing
on
them
now,
hoes."
chop, chop, speak up, nigga. And later that day, homie was found dead. And the only suspect was a woman in a maid outfit. So later on, we cut back to the bar, and Roberta pulls up in the bar. Then she says, there's a war coming. Please point me to every single weapon shop in this city. Please and thank you. So the bartender like, oh, hell nah. But then she breaks the glass and she's like, do you think I'm joking?
Think
Now,
I'm
hurry
a
up before I
fucking
make you
joke,
back.
nigga?
So the Americans are in town and everybody in the hood going crazy.
Yeah, bro. Big yo. USA in here, bro.
Hell is about to
USA
break
in this
loose.
bitch.
Random gangsters and bounty hunters, Revy and her crew, the CIA and the cartel, all because of one person, Roberta. So now later that evening, the gangsters try to pull up on the Americans, but they end up lighting them up. They say we rep the US of A in this motherfucker.
US of
Escape to the
A.
roof, and there is a sniper on the
One arm in a bare 50 cal, bro. It's so fucking crazy.
other side. And it is none other than Roberta with the Barrett 50
50
cal.
one
She
arm
started
in a hoe,
unloading on
gang.
them. And she got the noob 2-4 sidearm. So then the other dudes come in and try to third party her, but she starts no-scoping them with
Like,
one
bruh, no recoil. No recoil.
hand. She is using a 50 cal with one hand. Oh my Jesus, phase up. The phase Roberta in this.
Phase Berta, bro. That's big Berta.
Bolting all the way to another building. And look at the dudes right here. They like, bruh, what did we sign up for? So now it's nightfall and the Americans are on the run. And the Bloodhound is on their
No,
ass.
on the loose.
So
She gets
to the
stronger and
ground
stronger.
starts
Starts-
smelling the ground. And she's like, I smell bitch. So she gets up in this room and she's like, I should prepare. I should use this hanger as a weapon. So Garcia ends up running in behind her, and then he just sees the absolute.
I ain't gonna lie. The worst thing Garcia could have seen, and it could have seen like the worst. I mean, like Garcia could have just witnessed all the bodies she caught, but like this specific scene was crazy.
Carnage that she has just left behind. So these dudes see this guy and they like, hey bro, what's happening, bro? And well, guess who's behind them?
Hello?
So
Hello?
she's beating the life out of these dudes with her bare hands. So then this weirdo comes up and he's like, looks like the Bloodhound is more ferocious than ever. So they start boxing. He low-key kind of boxing.
Nah,
her
he
up
beat
right now.
her
So
ass.
Then he slams her on this
But then that nigga was weak, bro. He wanted some ass. You know?
table. And then, some weird ass shit happens right here. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. You know, I'm blacking the screen out because all you just gotta know is some, Hercules. You get my drift. Yo, this man Garcia is out here watching this. Oh my God, this is terrible. So why
They ain't
they
fucked,
getting
though.
freaky? He said
They wasn't
"I
just getting freaky. They
know
ain't,
what
they ain't
to do
fucked, though.
next." And she's like, yeah, I got you. With some bullets.
Like, that was insane. Like,
She
literally
had
so
a gun
insane.
in the belt buckle. Then she said, you thought we was gonna get nasty with your dirty ass. So then she starts beating the life
Yeah,
out
his
of
whole
this man.
fucking
She
head
rolling him
gone,
around
bruh.
like a rag doll and everything.
Actually
So then Garcia
crazy.
yells, yo, please stop. And her hand went through his entire skull. So then she's like, oh my God. Oh my God, I did not just do that in front of the young master. But then she's like, wait a minute.
I didn't say that in front of the young master.
shouldn't be here. You are an illusion. You are a lie.
Broke
So
that
she is
boy's,
about to
poor
shoot
boy's
this
mind.
nigga. But then the Americans come in and save him. So then this even sets her off even more. She's like, oh my God, now they took the young master.
This is such an insane line of episodes, man.
They will
So
all
good.
bleed and die. So then later on, Revy and her crew pull up. So then old girl tries to run up and attack her, but she bites her sword in half.
Probably my favorite Berta moment, bro. Probably my favorite Berta moment.
Then old girl comes in with the chainsaw.
Like, she just catches it, bro. It's so
she
good,
breaks
bro.
the chainsaw. So then homie come up right here, but so then Fabiola comes and tries to stop her, but then she says, Fabiola, have you watered the garden and taken the dog out for a walk yet? And she's like, oh my God. She has completely lost her mind. So now Roberta's chasing them down on a motorcycle and Balalika's up on top of the roof with the Russians. Then she starts talking to the Americans like, looks like you Americans could not get the job done, so allow us to finish it. So they end up shooting multiple
RPGs, bro. She just eats it.
Ended up slowing her down. So the Americans hitch a ride with Lagoon Company to retreat. But also, guess who?
Also, people told me in the manga, this whole time in the manga, Berta did not get no damage. She wasn't damaged at all. That's what someone told me in the manga, bro.
Still hot on their tail. So
No damage at all.
It
It really was a flawless victory.
So she sits down by the lady and the lady says, damn, you smell like ass. Looks like you found that ticket I left you. And this is none other than our favorite nun ever.
Favorite nun.
The one that'll light the block up in the name of Jesus. But she's actually a double agent for the CIA. So she tries to
Bad as fuck though. Ada without them fucking weird ass Doflamingo glasses is kind of bad.
So she's like,
The Dofi glasses was kind of throwing me
but
off.
after my hunt is complete, I will reward you with a painless death. So now it's the next day and they're in this jungle. So they head off. So when they get out to the land and they start scouting it, they start to see rods spread out around the land.
I like that she got
Garcia and
battle
Fabiola
damage though
like,
still.
Oh, she already here. She about to make this a Dead by Daylight lobby. And boy, oh boy, was he right, because
Nah,
she was
dead
about
ass
to
in
make
Dead
it
by
horrible.
Daylight
'Cause
lobby.
with this scenery,
She
done
just
turned
grabbing
into the
niggas
Predator.
up.
So she grabs this hostage and takes off. Then she stops, cuts off his ear, and then goes into the jungle. So these dudes hunting
Like,
her
why'd that
down,
nigga
and
ear
she's
get chopped
winging
off,
in
man?
the tree. So she pops
She's in the
off
trees,
and
she's in the
lands on
trees.
this dude's gun, then kicks his head off and then retreats. So then she finds these other three dudes. So then she pops homie with the musket, and then they finally realize, oh my God, those rods are literally her bullets. She placed them there for them to see what they were gonna get killed by. Then she runs up on this dude and pops him right in his face. But then she ends up getting hit by a claymore, and then she ends up getting sniped. But she ate that, and she is still moving. Oh my God, what the f is she made of? She just ate a claymore and a bullet and is still moving. But she ended up losing some fingers.
Yeah, her
So she's
fingies.
like, I don't need these.
I don't need
shits.
this. I don't need them
Then she
fucking
just
fingers. She
flings
flings them
off
off.
and
That
just-
shit was so raw. Oh, that shit was. They were just hanging on by flesh, and she just flicks them shits off. Weakless ass fingers.
So now she's moving in the bushes, so she sneaks homie in the back. But then homie starts rapid firing, so she runs at him at full speed, eating bullets, and she stabs this with the bayonet. So then she picks up his walkie-talkie, and she's like,
Yeah.
dropping like flies. Make this at least a little entertaining for me. So then bro with the ponytail started running at her, but she chucks the whole gun at him. And she's
Fucking
like, "Hear my
crazy."
war cry." But then she ends up seeing Garcia, and he's like, yo, please just stop. But she's still losing
Like,
her
chill
mind.
the
She's like,
fuck
"You are
out."
not the young master, you are the enemy. But then he basically has to take a whole bullet to believe that it's him. So she finally just stopped, and dear God, thank the Lord. Like, bro, just look at her. She is beat the up. So after all of her carnage, she now getting pushed around in a wheelchair.
Yep, in a wheelchair.
She done lost
So, like,
her
how-
leg and
So how'd the ending of the manga like go? So she wasn't walking in a wheelchair. She had all her limbs too. She was just chilling.
arm,
That shit's
half
crazy.
a hand, an eye, half a hair, and look at her. She's still like, I'll still kill them on God.
Bitch, pass.
So yeah, with all that evidence sit down, there's no discussion, there's no argument. This
Yeah,
damn
no argument, bro.
Terminator, Predator, Doom guy ass nigga. She
Doom
took on the
guy ass
USA,
nigga.
Russia, the cartel, Colombian special forces. God knows what she did
God, like God himself, dead ass, like God himself.
in her backstory, and she technically beat the protagonist. Nah, sit down, that's a wrap.
Oh no, she didn't technically beat the. No, she beat the fuck out of the protagonist.
So yeah, that's it. I think this might be the longest trial to date. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Follow your boy on IG and Twitter. Make sure y'all sub to the second channel. I'm finally cooking over there again. And I am out of
Hope you video, man.
here.
Bird is a demon.